Again, my name is Gabe Zollner. Read a very interesting article on World Net Daily. The title is The Growing Case for Impeachment of Obama. Now, if we go back in the history, remember when Nixon decided to step down over Watergate? Those two reporters uncovered a whole lot of misdealings, and to avoid impeachment, he decided to resign, which was a good call. Now, let's jump a little forward. We got Billy Bob Clinton. I did not have sex or relationships with that woman. Well, you know, he was called up for impeachment proceedings. The House has to initiate it, and then it went to the Senate. What was interesting back then as well is there was 55 Republicans and 45 senators. Not one Democratic senator voted to impeach him. And obviously a number of Republicans also voted not to impeach him. So he got off. Now, how he got off is, to me, mind-boggling. I mean, you know, he used the argument that what he determined to be sex wasn't what he did. Well, that's totally insane. But anyway, it is what it is. Now, according to this article that World Net Daily published, they listed 12 specific incidences, all of which are impeachable acts. 12. Now, there's a whole lot more, but they just listed 12. To give you an idea, they listed Operation Fast and Furious as one of the first ones. They listed Obama's U.S. hit list. You know how he's going around whacking Americans without any kind of due process? They talked about his recess appointments, where he puts in people that he knows won't pass mustard with Congress, so he just slides them in whenever he feels like sliding them in, and he calls them recess appointments. The appointments of the czars, you know, those people should have been vetted, and those people should have been reviewed by Congress, but he just circumvented all that and just appointed them and pays them whatever he pays them. I think I once read that the czar, by the time everything is said and done, costs about $5 million for their offices, their staffs, and all the rest of it. And he's got, what, 32 of them? Yeah. Suing Arizona, that was a real sweet deal. The illegal alien amnesty, where he decided to, you know, hey, if you guys have been here, you were brought here with your parents, you're okay. We'll look after you. Again, you know, circumventing Congress. His cap and trade, again, circumventing Congress. His refusal to prosecute Black Panthers. And let's talk about Nadal Hassad, you know, the shooter at Fort Hood. I mean, that wasn't an act of terror. No. That's called workplace violence. When we all know he was screaming, Allah Akbar, you know, God is great, as he's blowing people away. Not an act of terror. His refusal to defend the Defense of Marriage Act. Now, you know, when he took office, he swore to uphold all the laws. Well, that was a law that he decided to, you know, ignore it because of his own personal bisexual tastes, I guess. Illegally conducting war against Libya. Now that, the article says, is a real big one. I mean, you know, the president cannot do what he did. It's an absolute impeachable offense. And he has nothing that he can say to deny it. I'd also like to throw in there that he's also arming the Syrian rebels because he wants to get rid of Assad. And I also think that Obama was instrumental in what happened in Egypt to get rid of the previous president and put in this criminal, which is what he is, Mohammed Morsi. You know, the guy that says he wants to free the blind sheik, and he wants Israel to give up Jerusalem so it can become Egypt's capital, you know. And that's the same guy that Obama's given 200 Bradley fighting machines and tanks, and also, you know, 20 F-16s. Anyway, another big one, I think, is Benghazi. I think Benghazi is really the key. You know, we have so many conflicting stories, never mind the crazy stuff that they told us about the video that was made in California. Now we've got the Secretary of Defense, Leon Panetta, and General Dempsey saying that they spoke to Obama at around 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. At that point, the battle was underway for about an hour. It lasted another 6 or 7 hours beyond that point. They also said that they never spoke to Hillary Clinton, which to me is totally mind-blowing. I mean, you know, what did they do? When one of her facilities was being attacked and there was an ambassador that she had placed into Libya. Anyway, If anybody believes that Obama was not aware of what was going on, you're sadly mistaken. It's virtually impossible. I think, anyway, what I think doesn't matter at this point. Let's just deal with the facts. What about his 23 executive orders on gun control? When his buddy, Rahm Emanuel, never let a good crisis go to waste. Well, by God, they don't. You know what was also incredible is when he went ahead and he fired the president of General Motors, which is a publicly traded company. He fired the president of the company. And he also closed a large number of dealerships. Oddly enough, the majority of those dealerships were controlled by Republicans, not by Democrats. And he's given away virtually hundreds of millions and billions of dollars to green energy companies, the majority of which failed. He does it as he wishes. And he's got all kinds of issues as far as EPA is concerned. You know, he's passing laws here, passing laws there. I mean, it's insane. And the same thing with Obamacare. I mean, Obamacare is a tax. That's really what it is. If people think that he cares about their well-being, they're completely crazy. Obama has one objective. He wants to cripple the United States. And he's doing a real good job. Anyway, if you get a chance, get up on World Net Daily. Take a look at that article. It's, I thought, very well written. They review each situation and then they talk about the strength of each situation as far as impeachable offense. They all are. But the one they say, without a doubt, is when he launched a war against Libya by sending in our Air Force to bomb Gaddafi's military into submission. For what? So the Brotherhood could take it over. That's what they're doing. They've got Egypt, they've got Libya, and they're going to soon have Syria. And you know what's going to be next? Jordan. Anyway, will he be impeached? Probably not. Should he be impeached? Absolutely. And if nothing else, just to send a strong message by the American people and by the House of Representatives. Personally, I said this in another video, I think that the Obama administration has some real damaging evidence or material against the Speaker. The Speaker's actions don't make any sense by always sort of rolling over. It doesn't make any sense. If the House of Representatives controlled the purse, they could have cut off Obamacare. They could cut off a lot of these idiotic programs of Obama's, but they don't. And I think Obama should also be impeached when he went ahead and he exerted executive privilege on Fast and Furious when he said that he was not aware of any of it. Yet that March the 24th, 2009 video of David Ogden, who was the Attorney General assistant at that time, says differently. Take a look at it. Decide for yourself. God help America. It needs it.